walked this land since time immemorial. Today, we uphold our ongoing responsibility to work together in the spirit of the intent of the treaties with all First Peoples and nations that call this place home. The town expresses gratitude for the opportunity to build a better community on these sacred lands for generations to come. And with that, I call the regular council meeting of May 19th, 2026 to order. Council, adoption of the agenda. Any changes, additions, administration?
No changes.
Thank you. I would entertain a motion. Councillor Nelson.
I'll move that we adopt the regular council agenda for May 19th, 2026 as presented.
All right, council, we have a motion to that we adopt the agenda as presented. Please vote. And that's approved unanimously. Thank you, council. And now we need to approve some minutes. How do you want to deal with that? Councillor McLean.
Yeah, I'd like to move the adoption of the minutes for the regular council meeting of May 5th, 2026, and the committee of the whole meeting, May 12th, 2006.
Council, we have a motion to adopt the minutes from the regular and the past regular and committee of the whole meetings. Please vote. And that's passed unanimously. Thank you. A minute with council. Anyone interested? Anyone online? Thank
No,
you.
there's no one this evening.
And then presentations. Our first one is the RCMP Hinton Q4 report. And Staff Sergeant Mark Hall, step to the mic. First time on the hot seat.
First time, looking forward to it. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for letting me come in and present this to you. So for Q4, we've had some pretty good success with Q4 and just looking at the numbers over the past year here as well. So you've all got the reports that I sent out here a little while ago. However, the presentation I'm going to be displaying today is going to be just some highlights from that report. And if there's any questions as we go through, by all means, please ask away. So we'll be looking at the Q4 operational highlights, crime trends, community priorities, the staffing, what we're looking at what we were looking at in Q4 and what we're looking at right now. Some community engagement and current operational focus for the new fiscal year. One of the first priorities that the detachment had designated with the community members and yourselves, I believe, last year was property crime related to thefts. They had 20% reduction in number of files and incidences that came in, which has exceeded that target of 5% decrease here. So they went from 318 files down to 302 files. It's a good trend moving forward here, but it's definitely something that I think we should carry on moving forward into the new fiscal year. They do ebb and flow, those things. The next area was traffic safety. Traffic safety is generally a target area that is in most communities. I find that that's concerned with the residents speeding, any behavior that really institutes collisions on in the communities here. So the target that we're looking at reducing here is injury collisions. We've had no fatals in Q4, which is a positive. Actually, for the last 5 consecutive years in Q4, there have been no fatals within that stretch. And the members had done over 1,000 traffic enforcement, in other words, tickets or warnings with the community here. So what we look at is not just reducing the collisions, injury collisions and fatalities. We're looking at change in behavior here. So it's a two-pronged approach that we really want to focus on. And it looks like they've done quite a good job here prior to my getting here. Police visibility and community engagement was also another area that is going to continue to be a focus this year here as well for this detachment here. And I think it's important for us to be involved in the community. It's important for us to be engaged with the community, just to hear, not only just to hear the feedback on how we're doing as a police force, within the community here, but also to let people know that we're just not that uniform out there. We are people behind these uniforms here, and we are engaged with our communities. So there were 53 community engagement activities within that time period. A lot of these were made up of school presentations, youth internet safety sessions, coffee with a cop, community events in general, informal public engagement and collaboration with community partners. So there's been quite a lot of activity by this detachment here for the last year, and something I definitely will be continuing here. I was just at Pine Valley with the emergency services, Ken there, fire chief there, the other day. We were talking to people about what's going on in the community. Our staffing resources. So for the Q4, we had 13 operational members working. We had 2 temporary absences and 4 vacancies. This affects how we approach the policing in the community here, where we're going to put our members here. We definitely focused on ensuring that their frontline policing saw the most bulk members towards that, which goes to the statistics that I've been presented on how well they've done over this last little while and utilizing their members here. So as we move forward here, so for those of you who don't know, I just started here in the beginning of April, and from what I've gathered here, we have 2 corporals coming in. I'm losing Corporal Dower to transfer, so I've him replaced already. I have 2 corporals that does need to come in here, filling the positions. I had a brand new member come out of depot starting when I started here. And then on last Saturday, I have a lateral member that started he came over from Oyen. So we have some experience coming in there now. Later this year, I will have another member that's coming from the Northwest Territories. And he'll be filling another one of the empty spots here. So we're on a good trajectory. Unfortunately, we're going to lose a few more members throughout this next year here, but we're starting to see a lot more influx of people coming here and a lot more interest in coming to these detachments. In my last detachment, it was the same. We had lots of people coming in and going out, but it's Hinton being where it is, the location is, and the great community that we have here. It's easy attracting for people to come here. So it's really good to see. And for the 2026-27 operational priorities here, so this one, slight adjustments here. Where I've been hearing back from some of the community members and some meetings we've had with the Yellowhead County. There's a focus on habitual offenders is going to be one of our priorities. Property crime in general, I mentioned to you that we have had some good success with the thefts, but unfortunately break-in-enters have increased in that area there, not to a huge degree, but just even being a victim of one break-in-enter in the community is a problem. This does affect people. So what that's one of the areas that we definitely want to focus on is property crime in general. And then drugs and substance abuses. Again, property crime generally is done for people who want to buy their drugs or get their drugs. So it's an area that we are going to be spending a lot more time on, both in the education as well as the enforcement side of things in that. And again, traffic safety. We don't want to let that's the good streak that we had going here go. So we want to stay on top of the traffic safety side of things. I mentioned earlier that we're going to focus on public consultations and community engagement stuff. That may not be in my reports, but it's something I'm tracking in the detachment here because we want to stay on top of all of that. And if you're interested in me bringing those numbers forward here, I'll do that each time I sit in front of you. And with that, that's a brief overview of how the detachment is doing in the last quarter.
Council, any questions, thoughts, comments? I have a question. No one else in queue, I guess. So the plan for the 25-26 financial plan, you're looking at 16 FTEs. I mean, I guess with your comments as far as who you think are coming now, should we exceed that number? Are you looking to exceed that number then?
No, we won't be exceeding that number here. I've got one member that's currently doing her Northern Medical, and she'll be leaving us shortly here. And There's another member who is looking at our HERT team or our emergency response team, and that may come to fruition by the fall of this year here too. So we're not gonna be put in a position where we're over that number.
All right, cool. No one else in queue, so I'll just keep on going. Good results on traffic safety. Have you seen any impact from the change with photo radar?
Photo radar, I find it's effective in specific areas where people can actually see that that mode of enforcement. So, for instance, you think of it like a police car driving down the street, and when people see that police car coming, that fully marked police car, behavior changes. Same thing with photo radar. People see that behavior changes. Then once they're out of that area, it may or may not go back to what they originally were doing in that case there.
So no.
So if you were putting it in somewhere like school zones or somewhere there was a lot of pedestrians, things like that, then it could be effective that way. It could be that deterrent to make sure people are not putting other people's lives in danger. That could be a bonus to that. But in general, you're sticking it on highways, you're sticking it on in anywhere there's not really a high collision area or a risk of high collision area. And I don't know if it's as effective.
Thank you. Council? Well, with no one in queue then, Staff Sergeant Hall, thank you for your time here this afternoon. We really appreciate the work you and the members do for our community, and thanks for the information.
Thank you, Rick.
Oh, hang on. Administration, do we need a motion to accept the report as information?
Through the mayor, just as a matter of practice, I think that's a good idea to accept it for information, but there's nothing formal that's required by the.
I know we do for delegations.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah.
Right, Council, you got some work to do. Councillor Chambers.
I'd like to make a motion that we accept the RCMP Q4 report for information.
Thank you. Because we kind of stuck that in for you, Jen, so. All right, we have a motion to accept the RCMP Q4 report for information. Please vote. And that's unanimous. I didn't think that one was going to be controversial. Thank you. And then the next one is we have a delegation and Ms. Yvonne Barker from the West Central Airshed Society. Thanks again, Mark. Be safe out there. Hill Street.
My paper.
Favorite cop
I've
show.
been trying to juggle two.
That's what they always said when they were breaking up in the
Yeah.
morning.
I can do that. Thank you.
Yeah. Now they were in New York, not Hinton, but
Good afternoon. I think most of you know who I am, but good afternoon. My name is Yvonne Barker, Engagement Coordinator at West Central Airshed Society, or WestCAS, as you'll hear me say it. I'm sorry I have notes because I had it all on my computer, but Jen's got it loaded. So rather than using two computers, I do have some paper that's going to be shuffling. Thank you so much for the opportunity to present today. I am here to share information about WestCAS and air quality monitoring in the town of Hinton. First, let's start with why air quality matters. We all breathe the same air. Air quality affects everyone every day, regardless of your age or background. There are many health effects linked to poor air quality, such as respiratory and cardiovascular effects. We also know vulnerable populations are at risk. Not everyone is impacted equally. This can include seniors, children, and people with pre-existing health conditions. It can also impact your daily life. During poor air quality events, we may have to limit outdoor activities and sports. More people may be missing school or work as they don't feel well, and we see increases in healthcare visits and costs. Lastly, the changes in climate, we are seeing an increasing frequency of poor air quality days due to wildfires. Wildfires release large amounts of fine particulate matter into the air, which can travel great distances and pose serious health risks, especially to those high-risk populations. So how do we manage and monitor air quality locally? In Alberta, Official air quality monitoring is delegated by the provincial government to airshed organizations. Airsheds are regional not-for-profit organizations that help the public, regulators, and all other stakeholders understand and make informed decisions around air quality. We share real-time data with the public and anyone needing current air quality data, and report more detailed data to the government, industry, researchers, and other stakeholders. Our network of monitoring stations collect data that is used to determine the Air Quality Health Index for many communities. We also actively engage with communities to raise air quality awareness, share data through knowledge translation, and provide education. As a nonprofit, Wescast receives funding from 3 primary streams: monitoring agreements, grants, and membership fees, which include emitters and others such as municipalities. One of the 10 airsheds within Alberta, and all 10 Wescast is one of the 10 airsheds within Alberta, and all 10 airsheds form the Alberta Airsheds Council. Together, airsheds operate over 90 continuous monitoring stations and hundreds of other air quality monitoring sites. Over 85% of Alberta's population lives within an airshed. Monitoring air quality is our core operation. We have 11 continuous monitoring stations which provide near instantaneous measurements of ambient concentrations of pollutants, including sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides, ozone, fine particulate matter, carbon monoxide, and more. All monitoring stations are equipped with meteorological equipment to assess the impact of local conditions on weather and ambient air. Again, the data collected from many of our stations is used to calculate the Air Quality Health Index. Wescast also has a growing network of fine particulate matter, PM 2.5 microsensors. These sensors are affordable, easy to use, and allow for community-level air quality monitoring. By placing them in different neighborhoods, we can see more detailed variations of air quality, identify gaps, and understand local sources. They are also a great source of air quality during wildfire smoke events. This map shows the geographical boundaries of the West Central Airshed, which covers communities, industry, and landscapes across the region. You'll also see the locations of our continuous monitoring stations, which are the larger circles. These stations collect high-quality, real-time data and form the backbone of our long-term air quality trends and reporting. In addition, the map highlights our approximately 30 microsensor monitoring locations. These are the smaller little circles that you see. These sensors help to identify gaps, respond to community questions, and better understand local air quality at a finer scale. Wescast membership benefits. You'll see a list there on the screen. It's a few benefits we offer to municipalities. Expertise and experience of airsheds is unparalleled. Wescast has been in operation for over 30 years and is part of the Alberta Airsheds Council alongside Alberta's 9 other airsheds. Wescast welcomes industry members to recognize the benefit of the airshed model, Alberta Airshed model. Our community guide to wildfire smoke, which is shown over on the right side of the screen, is a members-only resource that we recently developed, designed to support Alberta's municipalities and other organizations in planning for and responding to wildfire smoke events. We have now used the information from our community guide to develop an air-aware wildfire smoke and health workshop. This workshop is designed to help individuals and organizations to better understand the impacts of wildfire smoke on your health and share practical, actionable steps that you can take to better protect yourself and others. Our membership consists of industry, municipal, non-governmental organizations, teachers, community groups, and other stakeholders. Our primary responsibility is to monitor, analyze, and report on air quality in West Central Alberta. We also play important roles supporting our members and engaging with communities to increase understanding of air quality. While industry membership in airsheds is a regulatory requirement for most large emitters, many smaller industries choose to participate so that they can access invaluable air quality expertise and resources and show their commitment to the community well-being. Industry members pay membership based on their annual emissions. Our urban and rural municipalities are valued partners and participate as Westcast members voluntarily. By working closely with communities, Westcast can play an integral role in addressing local air quality conditions. The town of Hinton has been a Westcast member since 2023. We'd like to thank you for your continued support. Westcast Drinnen Continuing Monitoring Station has been operating since 1997. And the Hinton Hillcrest Station, established in 2022, both are located within the town of Hinton. The Drinnen Station was originally established to monitor nearby pulp mill emissions. Over the years, the purpose of the station has expanded to also be regional monitoring station for a much larger geographical area, and is used along Hillcrest to report Hinton's air quality health index. Due to some siting issues that can affect readings where it sits currently, we're hoping to move this station to a better location. We'll be working with Mondi, the town, the regulator, and the Alberta Environment and Protected Areas to review options. In 2023, following the West Central Alberta wildfires, Westcast partnered with the Evergreens Foundation to install microsensors at seniors' lodges in Jasper, Hinton, Edson, and Evansburg. This partnership continues today, helping to support seniors and caregivers with timely air quality information and preparedness during poor air quality events. I will now share the Air Quality Health Index, or AQHI, data that has been collected in both stations in Hinton for the past year. The AQHI scale from 1 to 10, you can see it up in the top right-hand corner, denotes the health risk associated with the air quality from low to very high risk. The AQHI is calculated from the data collected at the continuous monitoring station and derived from the pollutants, fine particulate matter, PM 2.5, ozone, and nitrogen oxide. Overall, Hinton had good air quality most of the year, with AQHI staying in the low range, which you can see lots of blue there. That's good. We do see a few smoke events, mainly in June and September. This data gives us a strong baseline to understand local conditions. It helps support preparedness and better decision-making. Just as important, it shows many days of clean air and clear skies, which is the key part of the story. Oh, and of course I don't have that one. Bear with me for just a second. I'm missing the notes on this one, so I'm just going to have to wing this one. Westcast Services, we do have air quality operations and monitoring, continuous integrated microsensors. We also offer air quality assessment and modeling, communications and engagement services. We do offer cloud lights through that, the Air Aware workshop that I mentioned, outdoor event support, public education outreach, and these are all for a cost recovery fee for service. They're available to members or non-members. The cloud light that you see on the right-hand side there allows air quality to be seen as a visual in public places, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that going further here. We are proud to share our AQHI Cloud Light program, which is continuously expanding in our region. Westcast partners with local organizations like municipal libraries, friendship centers, senior lodges, schools, and recreation centers across the airshed to host the cloud lights, which visually represent the local AQHI, Air Quality Health Index. The lights colors changes to easily indicate the current air quality, helping community members make informed decisions about their outdoor activities, particularly during events like wildfire smoke events. The Hinton Municipal Library AQHI Cloud Light was installed in May of 2023. So what else does Westcast do beyond monitoring? We have a robust education and outreach program and engage with our members in a variety of ways. In 2025 was a milestone year for Westcast. We celebrated 30 years of environmental stewardship and science-based air quality monitoring in West Central Alberta in Drayton Valley. We attend many of our members' events throughout the year and share information about air quality. We have free air quality educational resources available for teachers, our Clean Air webinar series, monthly newsletters, and many other resources available on our website. We can work with our member municipalities to assist with siting of air monitoring microsensors to optimize municipal air monitoring network. We can provide support for climate resilience planning and resources to help meet actions such as education and awareness. Our member portal features interactive live air data displays and user guides. And if you haven't been on our website recently, we have a new live data map that is superior. It's very well done. I would like to mention that Westcast is hosting our annual general meeting for members virtually on June the 3rd, 10 to 11 a.m., which is also Clean Air Day. Aligning our AGM with Clean Air Day helps highlight the significance and ongoing impact of air quality initiatives. We hope you can join us. As a next step, Westcast will be in touch with administration to explore working on the relocation of the Drinnan Continuous Air Monitoring Station, currently located in the left, on the left of this slide, to a better location, which we hope will also be more a more community-focused location. The Drinnan Station will be housed in a new structure and will feature a community-centered graphic wrap designed to highlight the air quality messaging for residents and visitors alike. This upgraded station will continue to provide reliable air quality monitoring while also serving as an educational and visual reminder of the importance of clean air in our community. In closing, the 2023 and 2024 wildfire seasons reinforce the importance of public education and preparedness. Westcast has expanded its outreach through awareness campaigns, enhanced online data tools, strengthened community partnerships, and by integrating AQHI data into local websites. We remain committed to expanding monitoring, building partnerships, and supporting data-driven decisions to protect residents and visitors. We look forward to continuing our work with the town of Hinton. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Yvonne. Councilor Chambers.
Thank you. As was mentioned, in my other hat, we've had quite a long-standing relationship with the seniors, but I'm just wondering if you can talk a little bit, because there's a couple initiatives that are going that are more education focused. So the seniors specific air quality education, I think the cloud light has been a big thing for them to have that visual of, should I go for the walk up and down the hallways today, or do I go for a walk around outside? It's a very simple visual thing that happens. So just, a little bit about that education to the seniors, but also, I don't know if you're at liberty to talk a little bit about the training, the pilot program with the Code Gray, with the Evergreens Foundation, and incorporating that data into the Code Gray in our emergency responses.
Sure. Thank you very much for your question, Councilor Chambers. So when we installed the cloud light within the seniors' homes, we knew that we would have to provide some sort of education that goes along with it. Your staff have been wonderful with, pointing out the pluses and minuses within the AQHI. But we had planned all along while we were developing this would be to bring a bit of a workshop to the seniors so that we're educating them a little bit more on what does the AQHI mean, how to read the numbers, where to find that, how to protect yourself. And so I believe coming up in June, we have our first presentation to the residents. Throughout that process, we also developed the workshop, the AirAware Wildfire Smoke and Health Workshop. It's about a 45-minute presentation that's very interactive, can be delivered online or in person. It is targeted it can be specialized to different options such as seniors, childcare, outdoor workers, sports, or event organizers, people with health conditions, the list goes on. If we are coming to do that presentation, we would customize it. And then we realized that, there's an opportunity to take that same information and put it into an online training program. And that's what we're piloting with the Evergreens. And we hope to do the first run with leadership and staff towards the end of the month. And that is an online self-directed course that we're hoping will take off as any other standard safety course, whether it would be WHMIS or your annual safety upgrades, that sort of thing. So this is a first in its kind. We need to learn to adapt to what's happening with our changing climate. And the best way to do that is educate and be aware.
Counselor Dunn, I saw your name pop up. Just leave them on. I'll put you in order. Counselor Dunn.
Thank you. With the cloud light program, are there sensors that tell it what color to change?
Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you.
Thank you.
So in a roundabout way, it's programmed. So the bulb inside the light or inside the light itself is a smart bulb. And so that is coded to back in a roundabout way through the government back to your local stations, continuous monitoring stations here in Hinton, as it would be in Edson, currently in Jasper, as well as Drayton Valley.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Counselor Charlton.
So outside of, thank you, outside of the cloud, where would be the best place that we could direct citizens to actually find out what the AQHI percentage is at, or what the number is at? Just because I'm thinking, when we have those really high ratings, how do we let citizens of our community know that it's maybe not safe to be outside? Is there a place?
Absolutely. And that's another great question. Thank you for asking that, Councillor Charlton. So westcas.ca provides 24/7 the air quality health index across West Central Alberta. All you have to do is log into our website, and you can see visually what every community is showing in the AQHI. And we share all of our data. So we do all of the data collection. We share all of that data with the government, and it's used at all orders of government. And so the first point of contact would be a special air quality statement that comes out from the government. That would be another place you could take a look at, is the provincial AQHI map, as well as the WeatherCan app. Those are available all the time, 24/7. The other place that you can look it up is whenever the air quality is poor, we always post on our social media. So Facebook, X, those are the two, and LinkedIn as well.
Just to follow up, would you say that there would be a more public place that perhaps we could, I'm just thinking for citizens that maybe are not aware of the air shed where.
Absolutely. Yes. And so the town of Hinton does have our AQHI icon on their website. And rumor has it that there might be a new website coming. So we're hoping that AQHI icon can be front and center on the landing page of the website. Just as, we other municipalities do have it front facing, and it's much easier for residents to find. There's also another new initiative that is in Hinton as well, and it's the digital sign that sits outside of the recreation center. And that would be a public facing opportunity to display that, not only for the people using the rec center. You have the ball diamonds, you have the football, you have the track, you have the skateboard park that's right there, you have the spray park, you have a daycare that's there. all the biking trails and hiking trails in behind. But you also have all of the families that are traveling from community to community. So if the widget, the AQHI widget was up there, families would be able to see driving by, if they're going to Drayton Valley for a soccer tournament, they know what that AQHI is before they even leave Hinton. So that is very public facing.
Thank you.
And that chuckle was because there's a member of council who was pretty adamant we need a website, but
I didn't say where I heard it from.
no one else in queue then. You're talking about moving Drennan. What constitutes a better location?
We have had some conversation, but it all depends on the regulations. So we haven't had that location. We were kind of looking at Mary Reimer. It has to be southeast of the mill. And so that is prime location. It's also community-based, people walking by, they know that the monitor is there, or that the station is there. And we would have signage, the same as we do on the Hillcrest station, to educate people of what it is and why it's in their community. And so we don't know yet whether that's going to be approved or not, but that's where the conversations come as to, finding the right location that fits all of us.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
No one else in queue, then I would like to thank you, Yvonne, for your presentation. And council, I would entertain a motion to accept the report for information.
I would like to make a motion that we accept the West Central Airshed Society presentation for information.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Have a good night.
All right, we have a motion that council accept the West Central Airshed Society report for information. Please vote. Thanks, council, and that was passed unanimously. All right, now we get to go to work, and we have a couple of action items. The first one, 7.1, the 2026 municipal by-election administration.
Thank you, Mayor, to the rest of council. With the passing of Councillor Bill McDonald under Section 165 of the MGA, we do have to call a by-election within 120 days of when that vacancy occurs. We've provided a couple options for council to consider. The very earliest possible date with us being able to meet all of our different advertising requirements would be July 8th. We are recommending the latest possible date of August 27, mainly due to July being a very difficult time when it comes to a by-election, just with everybody on vacation, members of the community, possibly would-be candidates as well. So we are recommending the August 27th date. We are also recommending to appoint both our returning officer and substitute returning officer tonight, so we can make sure that we have the correct people responsible for the process.
Thank you. Council, how do you want to deal with it? Councillor Charlton.
Well, I agree. I think having something in the middle of summer is very difficult as far as attendance and people being away. I think the latter date in August seems to be the most sensible. So are we looking at the options or putting
I think it's the dates.
just the dates? So do we need to make a motion to that? I just see recommended action.
You would move to declare, I think.
Okay. So then unless other council had wanted to speak up. No?
Make a motion, then we can
Okay,
speak to it.
then I will make a motion to declare Thursday, August 27th, 2026 as the date for the Town of Hinton 2026 municipal by-election.
We want to appoint our people to
And can I do that all in the same motion?
just
And
what?
also appoint Melissa Delorme as returning officer for the Town of Hinton 2026 municipal by-election, along with appoint Fuchsia Dragon as substitute returning officer for the Town of Hinton 2026 municipal by-election.
Thank you. Council, we have a motion on the floor. Any thoughts or comments? Seeing no one. We have a motion that council hereby declares Thursday, August 27th, 2026 is the date for the Town of Hinton 2026 municipal by-election, and subsequently to appoint Melissa Delorme as returning officer for the Town of Hinton 2026 by-election, and Fuchsia Dragon as a substitute returning officer for the Town of Hinton 2026 municipal by-election. Please vote. I guess on the 27th of August, we're going to have an election. Thanks, council. All right, then our next action item is the Alberta Municipalities Resolution. We've been through this prior. Thank you, administration, for the wording changes. I like it way better. Council, how would you like to deal with this? Councillor Dunn.
I'd like to make a motion that council approve the Alberta Municipalities Resolution on balancing incentives between locum and community-based physicians to support family practice for the 2026 convention.
Thank you. Council, we have a motion on the floor. Any questions, thoughts, concerns? Seeing no one in queue, then I call the question. The council approve the Alberta Municipalities Resolution on balancing incentives between locum something's wrong with the wording there, Jen. And is 2026 supposed to be and for the, can you resend that? Thanks. That's better. Thank you very much. All right, so I call the question. The council approves the Alberta Municipalities Resolution on balancing incentives between locum and community-based physicians to support family practice for the 2026 convention. Please vote. And that's passed unanimously. Thank you. And the last bit of fun, 7.3, we're going to have one more look at our water utility bylaw 2005-2. Administration.
Thank you, Mayor. This one will go to Mr. McLaughlin.
Good afternoon, Council. In front of you this afternoon is Water Utility Bylaw 2005-2. 2005-1 was passed on March 17th, so it hasn't been that long. In front of you tonight are a few housekeeping items. The exact changes that we made are highlighted in the analysis section of the report. But really what we're doing is we're adding the ability to charge or we're clarifying the ability to charge a disconnection and reconnection fees. We're changing the refundable service fee to the word deposit so that people understand it a lot better when they see it on their bill. And we're removing the reference to a rate of return on capital investment, as that's not a budgeting tool we're planning to utilize. And with that, I'll take any questions.
Thank you, Council. Councillor Charlton.
I would like to make a motion that council give the water utility bylaw number 2005-2 first reading.
Thank you. Council, we have a motion on the floor. I think it's coming. Oh, did you? Okay. That council give water utility bylaw 2005-2 first reading. Please vote. And that's passed unanimously. Thank you. Council. Councillor McLean.
I'd like to move that council give water utility bylaw number 2005-2 second reading.
Right. Motion on the floor. And I call the question to council, give the water utility bylaw number 2005-2 second reading as presented. Please vote. And that's passed unanimously. Thank you, council. Councillor Chambers.
I'd like to move that council seek unanimous consent for third reading of the water utility bylaw number 2005-2.
Thank you. Council, we have a motion on the floor that council seek unanimous consent for third reading of the water utility bylaw number 2005-2. Please vote. And that's passed unanimously. So on we go with the vote. Council. Councillor Dunn.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion that council give the water utility bylaw number 2005-2 third and final reading.
Thank you. Council, I call the question to council, give the water utility bylaw number 2005-2 third and final reading. Please vote. And that's passed unanimously. The bylaw is back in place. And with that, we move on to correspondence. And bear with me while I zip down there. And it's Alberta Rural Health Week coming up. Rural healthcare providers are essential to the strength and well-being of our communities. Each day, they bring care closer to home, supporting patients across distances, building meaningful relationships, and ensuring that individuals and families can access the care that they need where they live. Their contributions extend far beyond clinical care as neighbors, mentors, volunteers, and community leaders. Rural healthcare professionals play a vital role in shaping healthy, connected, and resilient communities today and for the future. Community volunteers, including local healthcare professional attraction and retention committees, are also key to sustaining rural healthcare. Through their dedication and innovation, they help ensure that communities can continue to attract and support the healthcare professionals who make local care possible. Hinton Town Council hereby proclaims May 25th to 29th, 2026 as the Alberta Rural Health Week in Hinton. Residents are encouraged to recognize and celebrate the individuals and teams who bring care closer to home and contribute to a strong future for the rural healthcare. And that's this day, the 19th of May, 2026. And if I might say, on the 27th, actually, the Hinton Healthcare Foundation is buying lunch for all healthcare providers. There's going to be a couple of food trucks at the hospital on 27th. And be thankful we have the people we have here. We don't have enough doctors, but the ones we have take great care of us. But we also need nurses and all the other support staff that go along with that. Remember that when you go in for your appointment or I encounter people who are frustrated, but remember we need these people, treat them well. The easiest healthcare providers to get are the ones we have already and respect them. Thank you. And then we're on to notice of motion. Council, anything?
Through the mayor, no notices of motion tonight.
Thank you. And on to reporting. And maybe I'll start to my right, Councillor Dunn.
Thank you. I have not attended any meetings, but I just want to give an update on Bill 28, which was the Municipal Affairs and Housing Statutes Amendment Act. And I had mentioned this at the last committee of the whole meeting. So it has passed 3 readings in the legislature and is now received royal assent. So now it just needs a signature and it will become law. So the Coalition of Alberta Libraries are obviously very disappointed in this and still hoping to meet with government officials before they make actual changes to this. I also want to mention that the letter that was sent to the government from our Hinton Library was the one that was read at the legislature by the shadow minister. So I just wanted to make that comment. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor McLean.
Yeah, nothing to report.
Thank you. Councillor Charlton.
Also nothing to report.
Councillor Chambers.
Nothing to report.
Wow, we're whipping through it. Councillor Nelson.
Well, I'll dig right in then.
Good for you.
Last week we had a DMO meeting, really just trying to figure out what the go forward looks like. It was very productive, had some really good impact from a lot of different sides. And I think there's a general understanding of what kind of needs to happen to make sure that the DMO is functioning well. And
Can you give some background of where that came from? Like the
yeah, so the province changed the tourism levy from 4% to 6%. That goes back into general operating revenues, and not just in Hinton, but in many places. It's their customers are pushing back a little bit with how much they're being taxed on hotel stays. So another 2% on top of that. And so there's now some more questions being asked of like, can we ask for another 2% plus the DMO, which in Hinton is newer than most. And so it really, I think the important thing is it brought up a really important conversation to make sure that, the hoteliers, the chamber, the DMO itself, and kind of all the stakeholders are on the same page with where it's going. So the way I see it is really just brought some kind of focus and determination to an intention with where we're going. And I think it was a really productive start, and looking forward to kind of seeing what the next few weeks bring. So thanks to everybody that was there and involved. So hopefully it's on the right track to continue delivering, I think, what the last couple councils have thought the DMO could do to bring more quality and quantity of visitors to Hinton. Thank you.
Right. And then for myself, I guess Councillor Dunn and myself sat through the tourism is coming to town for elected officials training, if that was it, on Thursday last week. And it was interesting. And I asked a question of the Alberta, the government, on their thoughts as it related to, our DMO, because they're talking about taking tourism to 25 billion from 10. And you shouldn't choke the source of doing that on the way through. And so I put the question out there and said, so what's your thoughts? I mean, are you getting any other feedback, and really the government's response was go and tell your people that there's value. So anyhow, there wasn't a lot of sympathy for my question, but the question, or sorry, the training was good. I mean, it was well presented, and I think from the perspective of our community, anyhow, it's going to be an increasingly important part of our economy. So glad to have done it. Administration, I always forget about you guys. So
That's
Anyway.
okay. Nothing to report.
all good for you. All right. All right. And so I would thank you, Councillor McLean.
Yeah, move to go to closed session.
Thank you. Council, we have a motion to go into closed session. Please vote. And that's passed unanimously. Thanks very much. Thanks for coming. It's always entertaining, I know. Well, I was gonna say, poor dog.
Thank you for coming.